I have a question because this is something that came out weeks and weeks ago. We missed it in our last podcast episode. I got a lot of hate for this, by the way, because a lot of people come to me for like their NBA news and they're like, how dare you even report this? But I fully believe this. We heard a couple weeks ago that LeBron James was trying to recruit Steph Curry to the Lakers. Now, by the time Steph Curry's contract expires, we have like another 2 years. First of all, do you buy the report that LeBron was trying to recruit Steph Curry?
Do you buy the reports is the question, Lakers fan.
Do I buy the report that LeBron was trying to recruit Steph? Yes.
Oh yeah, okay. I agree with that. But do you think it's possible?
Do I think it's possible? No. Not at all. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, to be honest. I would love it, I buy the report because LeBron James always just struck me as the type of guy where he's going on these little recruiting missions, trying to put himself in the best position to win championships. Very similar to what Tom Brady does for football. You know, he takes pay cuts and he puts like good players around him and he wins Super Bowls. So LeBron is trying to do the same thing. But at the same time, LeBron gets turned down all the time. He tried recruiting Kyrie Irving to the Lakers before he went to the Nets. He tried recruiting Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers, and that didn't work out either. So LeBron James takes a lot of L's during his recruiting, but at least he tries. In Steph Curry's circumstance, the legacy that he established for the Golden State Warriors, in my opinion, he is the greatest Golden State Warrior of all time in the modern era. So what he's done
also
there,
any era, like if you're gonna Wilt played on the Warriors, but if you gotta, I just take the big picture here. It's what Steph means to the team too. Won multiple championships, multiple MVPs. Yeah, I definitely think greatest Warrior ever.
Yeah. And this is kind of what frustrated me because typically people see the headline that I put on the video saying LeBron is recruiting Steph Curry to the Lakers, and they think that I automatically assume because I'm a Laker fan that Steph Curry's going to come. Steph has a better chance staying in Golden State and winning there than coming to the Lakers and teaming up with LeBron James, who's going to be 38, by the way, by that time. So if you stay in Golden State, say you're with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green still, they're up there in years. Klay Thompson's coming off of two major injuries as well. You have James Wiseman. You have a bunch of assets there. You could potentially lure. I really think they have a legitimate shot at luring Kawhi Leonard away from the Clippers to the Golden State Warriors because it's still California.
That is my thing.
I do.
That is my thing.
I think it could be your thing. I think it's brilliant. You suggested it to me, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
I agree. So I think that there's more of a chance that we see someone else playing in a Warriors uniform that's a high level player than we see Steph moving for sure.
Yeah,
it makes no sense to me. He's already done his thing. He's already won championships. He's already won MVPs. You look at the man out there. We've seen guys that are unhappy in the situations that they're in. You know. You watch a James Harden play with the Rockets this year, and you're like, this guy does not want to be there. He wants to get moved. Steph is having a blast playing for a team that is not contending for a title right now. He's very happy in Golden State. If he left, I would be so disappointed.
I don't think it's that simple. You know, I think there's a reality where Steph does leave, and I think there's definitely one where he stays, and I think staying is more likely. But ultimately, especially with Wiseman getting hurt this year, I think the Warriors may be forced to make a decision on, okay, well, do we want to build slow for the long term, or do we want to cash in on Steph's prime? Because I'm sure if Steph is still playing this high-level basketball, which we know he's going to be, and the Warriors, they might get minis picked this year. They got a lot of what ifs. If I'm Steph, this team believed in me. Yeah, they did this, but maybe I feel a little disrespected if we're not going all in on arguably the greatest point guard of all time in their late prime. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely think they're going to go with the route of try to win with Steph.
Cashing in.
Yeah,
because
makes
the most sense.
Because they have James Wiseman and who else? That's the thing. It's not like they have a young team and Steph.
Yeah.
And it's literally James Wiseman. If he was a transcendent, out of the gate, you had prime, a Tim Duncan type rookie or something like that, then maybe it's a different story, and maybe you're okay, we build around. But You have James Wiseman, and then you have a roster full of question marks. So really, I think they're going to just do whatever they can to win now and possibly make a run. You never know. I mean, you never know. Like, there's a lot of very talented teams. The NBA is very top heavy at this point, so it's going to be very difficult to win a championship, but it's difficult for anyone. So the best thing you can do is give yourself the best chance. And when you have a guy like Steph who can just go off on any playoff series, do you think Steph Curry is getting enough praise or is too much hate? I'm not even sure what's going on right now, because I'm not kidding when I say that, like, I swear I look at Twitter and every single time I see Steph's name, it's either like someone praising him to no end, which I think he deserves with the run that he's been having, or everyone's going like pointing out like James Harden when he like dragged a team to the playoffs, Kobe, Russ, the 1 year that he was by himself, and they're going like Steph's only the 9 or 10 seed or whatever they are right now, and he's getting hate for that. I don't understand. Like, are people watching these games?
Well,
I think that this is going to be such a very, like, people are going to hate this take. Yeah. But unless if, and I really doubt that, I really doubt it, but unless if by some miracle Klay Thompson is set to come back for playoff time, which he's not, he tore his Achilles like right before the season started. I think that he's not going to come back. There's zero chance. Like, I think the Golden State Warriors should like rest Steph for the rest of the year. And, you know, he's getting up there in age. He's 33 years old. He's crushing it, like 31 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, like 27 PER and 8.2 OBPM. I just don't see what's the point in playing to just make it into the play-in tournament and, you know, then probably be a first round exit.
It's not Steph, honestly. It's not like, you know, Steph's earned the basically to be like, I want to play, I want to make the playoffs, I want to be doing this. He's having a blast out there. You see Steph? The other, like, every time he makes a three, he's doing some kind of dance. Oh, yeah. Recently, we are currently in a stretch where since April, I'm on Basketball Reference, Steph is averaging 39.9 points per game in 9 games. He's shooting around 56%, okay? 49% from 3. But here's the craziest number. He is attempting 14 three-pointers a game and making 7 of them. God, yeah, and 14 threes a game.
When his career's over, we're going to ask why he didn't shoot more.
Probably. Yeah, honestly, the new norm's going to be like shooting 20 threes per game.
Did you see the list? That was put out recently? It was, it was Steph Curry. Let me try to pull this up real quick. It was games with 10 plus three-pointers made in NBA history, okay? We've got top of the list, 20, Steph Curry, all right? You scroll down. Who's number 2? On this list is still Steph Curry with 5 just this season. No other player in NBA history other than Klay. Klay also has 5 in his career. Steph has 5 this season, all right? No other player has more than 2. All right.
Yep.
Steph in his last 4 games has made at least 10 3-pointers. 3 out of his last 4 games. 3 out of his last 4. And that in the last 4 games, Steph would be just in those 4 games alone would be number 2 on that list behind Klay in games with 10 plus threes in NBA history. Oh my God. What he's doing right now is unreal. I don't think he deserves any of the hate at all. I mean, again, I want to bring the conversation back to that because what do you guys think when we talk about guys, you know, Russ bringing his team to the playoffs with not as much talent on the roster, James Harden bringing his team to the playoffs with not as much talent on the roster? Like, what is your take on that? Because I'm personally thinking, I mean, yeah, the one team I could see in the West that I would think that the Warriors should be better than the Grizzlies. But other than that, I mean, the 7th seed in the West is the Mavericks, who have
James Harden. If Wiseman's healthy, he's taking that team to the playoffs.
I mean, here's the thing.
If Wiseman's healthy.
Yeah.
I'm very much in the boat of, well, I have multiple opinions. One, I think Steph is kind of having like his Kobe Bryant post-Shaq year right now, where like he already had to like take a slightly lesser role in order to fit in with Clay and KD and win championships. Then he took a year off. Now he's on a team that isn't nearly at the same point. And this is a guy that, look, I'm going to be honest, I kind of resent him for changing the NBA to what it is because like I get bored of like isolation heavy basketball from time to time. And I
think it was going to change regardless. He just sped it up, but okay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we should embrace change. But at the same time, I'm very much in the boat of like, what else do you want from the guy? Like, you want him to take a step back and take a lesser role so he could win a championship with teammates. He'll do it. You want him to like carry his team to the NBA playoffs. He'll do it. And you hear such good things about him in the locker room. I really don't understand why he gets the hate he does. And he's probably one of the, he is the greatest shooter we've ever seen in NBA history.
Yeah, no.
I think that we should just sit back and appreciate it and enjoy it, just as we tell LeBron haters to appreciate LeBron James, or KD haters to appreciate Kevin Durant.
I have a statement here. I 4 or 5 years ago, I said this a few times in a video. It's because people love to hate on greatness. It happens all the time. That's why people hate on Michael Jordan, LeBron James. You see all the time. People get divisive when someone is truly great. I think Steph Curry embodies greatness.
If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.